So, you're planning your trip to Lisbon. I bet every video you're watching right now tells you just have to try these Portugal treats, the Pasteis de Nata. And they're right, you do. You should try them. They're so good. They're warm, they're gooey, they're flaky, somehow they're soft and crispy at the same time. But who has the best Pastéis de Nata in Lisbon? Well, that's something we set out to decide for ourselves when we visited there. So we looked up the highest rated establishments in the area, and we tried to visit as many as we could so you don't have to. Although, why wouldn't you? Just visit them. Go eat at all of them. So here it is, the top 9 Pastéis de Nata in Lisbon, in our humble opinion. At number 9, we have Fridell. Now this place comes in last for 2 main reasons. One, the pastel came out cold, which surely contributed to it not tasting nearly as good as other places. I mean, sure, if we had cold pastel back at home, we would eat it all the time, but we knew there were better pastéis out there. So we rated a taste at a 7. Now the second reason it's in last is location and ambiance. The place was located pretty far from most of the popular tourist attractions, sort of halfway between the old part of town and the Blim area. The place itself was perfectly fine, just nothing fancy, nothing particularly attractive about it. But we took away 2 points for lack of ambiance and the location. So total for Fridell, 5. Confeitaria Nacional. First, the good here. We gave a bonus point for ambiance. As you can see, both the exterior and the interior were beautiful and really reflected the history of the place. However, we also deducted a point here because, first of all, the pastéis cost about 35 cents more here than almost everywhere else, which of course isn't a big amount, but it also wasn't the best tasting pastel we had. Now, pastels are delightful no matter what the temperature, but they're so much better warm, and this one came out cold. So 7 points total. Honestly, not a whole lot to say about Aloma. It was a perfectly fine place to enjoy a pastel and a coffee, but just nothing really special that set it apart. Here's a live reaction from Jessica.
It is sweeter.
Mm-hmm.
It's colder.
Mm-hmm.
But still amazing.
We rated it an 8 for taste, and with no bonus points, it came away with a total of 8 and lands at number 7 on our list. If you've been watching other videos about Lisbon, you're probably going to be a little surprised at how low Manteigaria is ranked on our list. Most people would say that either this place or Pastéis de Belém have the best pastel in town. For me, they were good, of course, but the inside had a little more of a silky texture than other places, which personally I didn't like as much. And maybe for you that's exactly what you would prefer, but just not for me. We still rated it an 8 for taste. It was really good, and in fact we also gave 2 bonus points for the fact that you can watch them make your pastels right before your eyes, but we also did take away a bonus point because it was a little cramped and there was nowhere to sit. So 9 solid points for Manteigaria. We actually ate at Pastelaria Versailles twice, once at the airport, which was cold, but we tried not to hold that against them. And later on, we visited one of their real locations, and we were happy to find that the pastel was served warm. They received a strong 9 out of 10 for taste, and also received a bonus point for the atmosphere. Lots of locals come here and even stand at the counter while eating their breakfast. But we did also deduct 1 point because they had the highest price at €1.80. Well, we're here tasting a Pastéis de Nata from Pasteleria Santo Antonio, and this is a cold one, not warm, but let's see what it's like. That is awesome. For the record, this is our first one so far on the trip. Wow. That is amazing. Crispy, buttery, flaky crust. Gooey in the middle, super awesome. It's really good. As you just heard, Pasteleria Santo Antonio was our very first Pastel de Nata in Lisbon, and we rated it a perfect 10 out of 10 for taste. Now I know what you're thinking, isn't that probably because that's your first one? Well, we actually had the same suspicion, so we made sure to come back again and try one more pastel there to compare it with other places. And we still rated it a 10. So then why isn't it our number one rated place? Simply just because compared to other places, it just didn't have anything extra or special that made it stand out. So we did deduct 1 point for just a general lack of ambiance and seating, and we left it with a solid score of 9. At number 3, we have Alcoa. Now this was another small place that had no seating, so it did cost it 1 point in our rankings. But we also loved the decor, the lighting, the display of all the other pastries that they served, and that helped it earn back a bonus point. So it left it with a total score of 9.5. Pasteis de Belém is where the Pastel de Nata was invented, and because of that, it is without a doubt the most popular place to get one. We gave it a taste rating of 9. We also gave 2 bonus points, one for the fact that you can watch them make them on site, and an additional point for the history of the place. We also took back one of those extra points though because the place is just so busy that at least for us, it sort of took away from the whole experience. Well, let's experience it right now with Jessica.
I like that it's warm. It's very good. I understand why people go crazy over this place.
I'm willing to bet that you've never heard this place mentioned once in other Lisbon videos. But Fábrica de Nata was hands down our favorite Pastel de Nata place. First of all, the pastel itself was amazing. A perfect 10 on our taste score. Listen to my reaction on this one.
Wow. Super crispy. They're all crispy, right? This might be my favorite. It's really good. There's a little bit of a charred bottom there. If you taste it, it's really good. I like this.
In addition to the taste, we also love that you could watch them make the pastries there. Both the decor and the seating were very nice. And there was even a display there about the history of the Pastel de Nata. So, 10 points for taste, 2 bonus points, means Fábrica de Nata is, at least in our opinion, the best Pastel de Nata in Lisbon. But don't take our word for it. Go out and try all of them yourselves. Decide what's your favorite. In fact, leave us a comment here in the video. Let us know what was your favorite Pastéis de Nata when you visited Lisbon.